Hey guys, welcome to today. Today we're going to do a little something different. I thought it's going to be like probably about a two, maybe three-parter. But basically, I'm going to take a sketch of something and go from there. But right now, I'm just going to show you what I use before we go from there. I use a lead holder, and this is the sharpener here, and it twirly twirly twirls. Yeah, and basically just gets the lead sharp, just like that, man, real nice and sharp. So you can get the really fine details in there. I like it better than a mechanical pencil, just because the tip's a little finer. You got your standard erasers there, and then basically right there, the kneadable eraser. That's the magic right there for me anyway. And I'll show a little bit later why. And it's going to be in the second video. It won't really be in this one, but you can beat the hell out of this thing, get it nice and warmed up, and it races really well. But the point of it is it leaves a nice faint line behind, something to like basically trace over. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to draw basically like the Hulk. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you basically like those 30-second gestures, what I would do. And I just sped it up a little bit so we can get through this. But basically what I do is I do like a bunch of little thumbnails real quick of the character. And like I said, I'm going to do the Hulk. So I'm trying to get like a feel for what I want to do, some sort of action. I'm not sure exactly where I want to go with this. It is the Hulk. I want to show a little bit of power. I want to show his size. And, just get some things out of the way. So like the third thing I'm drawing right here is just a profile shot real quick. Just, at this point it's just drawing whatever comes to your head. So if it's a pose or a face or a hand or some sort of action at all, just quickly jot it down just so you can always have it as a just reference pretty much. So you can always look back on it. And I hope you can see basically like how I work anyway is pretty similar to how I would do those 30-second gestures. If you need reference, grab reference. Do what you got to do. Because this is the stage right here where you can, like for me, I'm able to work small. So working small, I can get less details and more about volume and overall how the piece works. And so yeah, right now, just at this point, I was just like deciding the type of body I wanted to give the Hulk. Many people draw the Hulk differently. Some people draw him just like a big muscle dude, like 6 foot something. To me, the Hulk is like 10 foot something, 1,000 pounds, like a lot of muscle. I like to think of him like a gorilla. Uh, I've never heard like, especially in bodybuilding, I've never heard anybody lose a competition for having too big of shoulders. So that's one thing I really like to accentuate on the Hulk is his shoulders and making his head real small, so it gives the illusion that his upper body is just monstrous. And since he is a very powerful character, all his power comes in his upper body, especially his arms. So I try to make those arms longer than they should be. Traditionally, your elbow should line up with around your rib cage, the bottom of it. But with the Hulk, I find, just going a little lower and making those forearms really huge just really helps for me, like how I like to represent him. And here I had one as if he was jumping down to do, just jumped right from a building, let's say, right onto the ground. Just try to pose as something that I would like. So far, I haven't really come up with anything solid that I wanted to do. And just still hammering around through those roadblocks. Again, more maybe I was just gonna go for like a profile shot, just to show his size and stuff. Uh, you know, just to get that down. I'm not at this point. I'm not really sure if I want action or if I want just as good a looking Hulk as I can do. And here's just sometimes you don't always have to work from the same area. You don't have to start with the head. You don't always have to start with a chest. You can start with like what I started there with a butt, and then go into the legs, stuff like that. Whatever like works for you. There's no real rules. It's just comfortability that I find that you really look forward to because you always want to get out of your shell. You always want to try something new, but at the same time, if you have deadlines and things like that, it's always good to have something safe that you can fall on all the time. And that's pretty much what I'm going through right here. At this point, this is the one I end up going with. This, and I'll do a variant after it. It's pretty much, him just walking through Rebel. And I mean, at that point, to me, it seemed like, there's the power, some sort of destruction around him, whether he left it or he's showing up to save the day. Who knows? Just have him like lunging over and kind of like climbing over it. And, you can have the giant chest showing, his size. Throw the fist in there just because, it's a superhero. And they, for whatever reason, they always have their fist clenched, representing power, looking like power, whatever. So I ended up going with that one. And then this one, I'm just doing the same thing, but I'm just doing some minor changes to see which one I like. This one, instead of the right leg there being out, he has it like tucked in. Show some more of those traps. Do a little something instead of the fist coming up like an uppercut. This one's more flared out to the side. At the same time, I'm not really too focused on the muscles. The groups themselves are like, I'll deal with that later. But this I'm just going to show real quick, just what they look like up close. And yeah, the bottom there, those are the ones I'm going to end up going with. And I'll decide between the two which one I want to go with. So now that I have that, I just put it to the side, and that's my reference. If I need to, I can look online or comic books to see like fine details of the Hulk, whatever. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm taking that small thumbnail I did, and I'm just making it bigger, and taking that to a final drawing. I don't know how crazy my final is going to be, but I'm only going to spend maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour. And I'll just shorten the video up real quick for the next one for tomorrow, or was that Thursday? Somewhere around there. But yeah, again, the details for me in this stage, they end up being a little bit more tighter. Nothing too crazy, because in all honesty, at this point, you're just to capture things to basically turn that white piece of paper into something that you can turn into looking good, looking great. So putting in establishing things like right here, 4 quick blocks. To me, that's boom, there's your fist, and throwing a forearm. Throwing the rest of the arm there, bicep, tricep, right with the shoulder. Going in there, throwing a lat real quick, just a quick little swipe at the left there. You got your lat muscle. And then throwing his other arm right there. And basically from this, I can just, right away, bam, there's the pose. It's done. That's all the work right there, the initial work. Now, I can spend as much time as I want going in and tightening everything up, like where things should line up, where muscles should be. Right now, what I did end up doing was I took a little bit more time than I normally do in the face at this stage. Usually I just indicate where an eye socket would be, and nose and stuff like that, to come back to that stuff. But for whatever reason, I just took it a little bit further than I normally do. And I mean, at the same time, like I said before, there's no rules. It's just what you feel comfortable doing. And I jump around the page a lot. I don't like to stay in one spot too long. Let your mind wander, and just do what you gotta do. So I wasn't really liking the mouth there. It was looking a little goofy to me. So I think I was just going in there changing it up again. He's definitely got to be screaming. And I think with that, just throwing in a quick hairline for reference later when I tighten it up, of like where his hair might be going. Nothing at this stage is final. You can always, before you start actually tightening up the line work, you can always erase, and always look at your sketch. For me, looking at that sketch is like a reference point. You can always just look at it, and it never changes. There's something about it that you liked, and that's why you take it to this stage here. And you always use that. That's your reference. That's your golden reference. So like I said, what I'm doing right now is just dictating a little bit more muscles, solidifying a couple things that I don't think will change too much. The whole process here is taking it from that sketch and bringing it to a little tighter of a drawing. And from this stage, what will happen is I will use my kneadable eraser once I finished up here, and I erase the entire picture. And basically what happens is it leaves like a faint outline of everything that was there, and then I can take a more solid line and pick the lines that I like. But yeah, the video is pretty much done, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and we'll see how far we get with this. But I hope this turns out to be something fun, and I hope somebody or some people enjoyed watching it anyway. Alright, and have a great day.